In this video, we're going to look at interpreting data from a pie chart. It's also called a circle graph. So the pie chart below represents what percentage on average an American spends their income on different categories. So it's always important to know what the chart is representing. Okay, so notice up here, spending as a percentage of income by category. Over here, this is called a legend. And lots of times when there's a lot of different values, it's hard to write them in the circles. Okay, notice there's little lines here indicating what each one represents as well. Okay, so we have miscellaneous, food, housing. I think this one is transportation. May have lost its line, and that corresponds to the green. Healthcare, entertainment, insurance and pensions, cash contributions. Okay, so let's read the first question. What percent of their income does the average American spend on health care? Okay, so we're going to go to the healthcare category. I see it right here. And it says 6%. This must be an old chart. Okay, so one thing I'm going to double check is it asked me for the percent. This is the corresponding percent. Sometimes it will ask you for the number of people. Okay, but here our answer should be a percent. For the average person, what is the single biggest category of expense? Okay, and this is where the visualization of this chart can help. So I don't even need to go through these percentages. I could see this one's the biggest, okay, because it's the biggest slice of the pie, and that corresponds to housing. Okay, notice it's 35%, but they don't ask us that. They're just asking what is the single biggest category. So our answer will be housing. And lastly, suppose your monthly salary is $2,200. How much should you be spending on food? Okay. So we know that if the average person, let's use a different color, looking at food, spends 13% of their salary on food. Okay, and let's write this information. How about right up here? So 13% on food. Okay, but looking back at the question, they didn't ask us about the average person and how much they should be spending on food. They asked, if your monthly salary is $2,200, how much should you be spending on food? And it would be 13% of your monthly salary. So 13% of $2,200. Okay, so to find this value, you could write 13% either as a fraction or a decimal. So we're going to take $2,200, and an easy way is to replace the percent symbol with dividing by 100. That's also equivalent to moving the decimal over 2 places if you prefer. And 2,200 times 13 divided by 100. And we get $286. And we didn't need to round there because it was a whole number. In general, we round money values to 2 decimal places because that represents the nearest cent.